Okay, we're recording now, I think. So here's number 5. This is 2D number 5. Let me write that down so we know what we're working with. And I changed up our software, so I'm trying a different. This is Jamboard from Google, along with Record It, which was recording it. So this is number 5. So this one's a little bit weird, but I think I'm going to blow your mind. When you see this, it's going to be like, what? So it's asking us to fog. It gives us a function f and a function g, right? And it wants us to find f of g, if you will. In other words, take the function of g and stick it inside of f. So it's weird when you just look at this because it's just a list of ordered pairs. So I'm going to just change your perspective a little bit and write this a little differently. I'm going to change my pen and colors and then watch and maybe start to become really clear to you. So another way of thinking about functions is you put an x in and the f of x, or maybe I say the y, comes out. So think of it like this, like a little table. So look at the first one, the f. When x is 0, what comes out? 3. You see that? When x is 0, that matches up with 3. So that's kind of like your y value. When x goes in, 0. When 1 goes in, 0 comes out. You see that? When 2 goes in, 1 comes out. And when 3 goes in, 2 goes out. That's the function of f. Now what about the function of g? So I'm going to do it again. X and g of x. So in the second one, when g is 0, when x is 0, g of 0 is 1. You with me? When x is 1, g of 1 is 2. When x is 2, the g function is 3. And when x is 3, the g function is 0. So now that we just shifted it, we rewrote it like this in a table, now we'll start to see it a lot better. So now do the fog. So what the fog does, it takes the g of x and it puts it inside. So it's like you're going to combine these two tables. You're going to have x, then you're going to do g of x, and then you're going to end up with the f of g of x. Watch. It's like you're doing it in 3 steps. So let's start with the first x. So when we start with x is, let's start with right here. When you start, I'm going to change colors one more time. Make it yellow. When you start when x is 0, right? You stick that into the g of x first, and what comes out? 1. And then you got to take that g of x and put it inside the f of x. So you had to come to this table. Okay, well, when you put that 1 in, you go to here. When x is 1, f of x is 0. Do you see that? Try another one. So in other words, fog, when you start with 0 and you fog it, 0 comes out as the final value. But there's like a step in between that you have to do to see that. So try another one. Let's go now to the next, to 1. Alright, so if you start with 1, x is 1, you got to go inside the g of x first. So I come over to this table. Alright, when x is 1, g of x is 2. Okay, so that's 2. Now I don't want to know what g of x is. I want to know what's f of g of x. Right, that's that third line. Well, if g of x is 2, put that in. And what comes out? So you go to the f of x. So f of x, when you put 2 into the f function, 1 comes out. So you see what's happening? When you put 0 in, 0 comes out. When you put 1 in, 1 comes out. And so on. And what you should find out, I'll keep going, but if you maybe you don't need to watch me anymore if you got the hang of it. Try this yourself, though. Don't just watch me, and then I'll let you try it again on 6. But setting up in these tables is going to help you see it. So now I'm going to start with 2. So when I put in 2, the g of x is going to be 3. Then when I put that 3 into the f of x, right here, that's right here, 2 comes out. Voila, 2 goes to 2. And then finally, when I put 3 into the g function, it pops out 0. When I put 0 into the f function, I'm saying it better. When you put 0 into the f function, 3 pops out. So there you go. 0 goes to 0, 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3. When you compose, when you do the composite function. Hopefully that makes it a lot clearer. You try it without watching the video. It's like a lot of variables in your mind. So just take it easy and practice it, and then do 6 too. And I'm going to turn off this recording and hopefully